A very good morning, Mark. Here, Friday, November the 14th. It is 7:40 a.m. Eastern, 12:40 p.m. GMT. And let's have a look how the markets are shaping up going into the US Open. US dollar index. There you see the red candlestick. That is the seventh consecutive red candlestick. Um, and a familiar pattern. Weakness before the US session opens up. Most days we've seen the US attempt a fight back. That's why you see all these wicks at the bottom of the candlestick. That hasn't happened yet today. I've got resistance at 99.31. I've got support at 99 at this point. Excuse me. So certainly weak US dollar reflected on the index going into the US session. We'll see how that plays out once the US session does open up. Let's have a look at the S&P. We're looking at the futures market, close to 2 hours until Wall Street opens up, and you can see an extreme sell-off in the futures market. Again, something we've seen over the last few days. And have a look following yesterday's very strong sell-off. Same thing happening today. I drew in this ascending trend line where you can see the extremes that we've seen. We get the bounce back, bounce back, bounce back. We'll see if that's the same case today or whether sellers break below this level. It's already moved quite some way, and buyers, if they're going to step in, it'll be around this level here. We'll see once the US session opens up, once Wall Street opens up, if we get that familiar buyers are stepping in and it leaves behind a long way, the long wick, or if panic selling does set in, and this can extend further. But definitely US equities, and it's across the board, being sold off prior to Wall Street opening up. Let's have a look at gold, another big sell-off in gold today. Following yesterday's retracement, today looks closer to possibly becoming a reversal. I've got resistance 4,214 and I have support at 4,114. See if sellers will get to test the 4,100 level. If buyers do step in, a bounce up off here to try get back to the 4,200 level. $100 range already, $70. It's come down $70 since the sell-off. Strong move selling gold going into the US Open. And also let's see if there is if we see an inverse relationship between US dollar and gold. Gold certainly coming down, US dollar not strengthening. We'll see how that all plays out when the US session gets underway. Certainly shaping up for a volatile US trading session. Let's have a look at Brent oil. Buyers did try fight back. I've got support at $63.44. I've got resistance $64.83. Didn't last long. Sellers did step in, and now still a slight green candlestick higher than the open, but certainly if I go to the shorter time frames, you'll see that sellers are looking to take control again, looking down at this support level. And then let's have a look at Bitcoin. Extreme sell-off again in Bitcoin today. And wow, have a look at the levels we're seeing now. Under 95,000. I've got resistance 99.7. I've got support at 94.4. Going on a $5,000 range already before the US session opens up. I'm scrolling back and just have a look that it's been since early May when Bitcoin broke above the 100,000 level, and it's maintained above that 100,000 level. No longer, as you can see, it's now comfortably under that 100,000 level. So it's levels we haven't seen for quite some time. We'll see if, considering the already going on $5,000 trading range, where the sellers can continue with what we're seeing hang around these levels or go lower, or are buyers going to step in, bounce up off these levels, looking back up at that $100,000 level. Good trading. Keep that discipline. I think we'll need it today, and I look forward to seeing you at the end of the session.